1982, the Mint produced two distinct varieties of the Lincoln penny, the large date and the small date. The small date variety is characterized by slightly thinner numbers in the date, 1982, compared to the large date variety. While both variations exist for both the Philadelphia and Denver mintages, the small date varieties are generally considered scarcer, especially in higher grades. Rarity and collectibility. The rarity of the 1982 small date Lincoln penny stems from several factors. Firstly, the transition to the copper-plated zinc composition led to lower production quality, resulting in fewer well-struck coins. Secondly, the small date variety itself is less common compared to its large date counterpart. Finally, many of these coins have been removed from circulation or damaged over time, further reducing the available supply. Market value and grading. The 1982 small date bronze Lincoln penny is a transitional era coin, meaning it was produced in 1982, which pushed their value up from 1 cent to nearly $20,000. The existence of this coin was not confirmed until 2016, when an $58 specimen sold for $18,800 at a 2017 auction. The value of a 1982 small date Lincoln penny can vary significantly depending on its condition, with uncirculated specimens commanding higher premiums. Grading services such as this, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, provide standardized assessments of a coin's condition, which greatly influences its market value. Historical significance and cultural impact. Beyond its monetary value, the 1982 small date Lincoln penny symbolizes a pivotal moment in the history of American coinage. The transition to a copper-plated zinc composition marked a departure from traditional materials and production methods, reflecting broader economic and technological changes of the time. Conclusion. In conclusion, the 1982 small date Lincoln penny represents a fascinating intersection of history, technology, and numismatics. Its rarity and unique characteristics make it a prized addition to any coin collection, while its historical significance adds depth to its value beyond its face worth. As a tangible artifact of American history, the 1982 small date Lincoln penny continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts alike, preserving a piece of the past for future generations to appreciate. In 1982, the U.S. Mint produced two different types of pennies, the copper penny, which is 95% copper and 5% zinc, and the copper-plated zinc penny, which is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. If your 1982 small date penny is the copper variety, then it is worth more than its face value due to its copper content. The 1982 small date bronze Lincoln penny is a transitional era coin, meaning it was struck on a planchet from a previous year with a different metallic composition. That's what happened to several pennies produced in 1982, which pushed their value up from 1 cent to nearly $20,000. The existence of this coin was not confirmed until 2016, when an $58 specimen sold for $18,800 at a 2017 auction. The 1982 small date penny weighing 2.5 grams is a rare variety of the Lincoln CeNt. Its value can vary based on its condition and the current numismatic market. Mint state examples in good condition can fetch higher prices, potentially ranging from a few hundred to several $1,000s. 1. For circulated coins in low grades, you can easily buy or sell a Lincoln penny by visiting your local coin dealer. 2nd, 1982 small date homogeneous copper alloy Lincoln CeNt has been discovered. Like the original discovery coin, this latest find is also graded -50As 3.07 grams, close enough to be within a reasonable tolerance. Copper alloy cents weigh 3.1 grams and the copper-plated zinc cents weigh 2.5 grams, give or take a few tenths of a gram either way. About the original discovery coin that I broke the story on, the cataloger at Heritage Auction said, the January 3, 2017 issue of Numismatic News reported what had long been suspected but had never been confirmed, the existence of a solid bronze 1982 small date CeNt. The discoverer was Paul Malone, a collector from Minnesota. The discovery coin, graded $58 by NGC, appeared as Lot 2031 in an August 2017 Stacksbowers auction and realized $18,800. It is sharply struck and minimally abraded with medium to deep walnut brown toning. Due to the rising cost of copper, CeNts transitioned from bronze to copper-plated zinc during 1982. The quality of strikes declined. And modifications were made to the obverse legends, including the date, to allow faster press production of the zinc cents. At Denver, the small date subtype was introduced after the remaining bronze planchets were coined. Any surviving 1982 small date bronze cents are transitional alloy errors, cousins to the famous 1943 bronze cents. Some feel the 1982 cent has grown from a 7-coin set to an 8-coin set if one wants to consider one of these a variety and part of the set. However, this is unlikely to occur due to the rarity of the pieces. As such, it is being considered an error like the 1943 copper cents. No matter the nomenclature, it has been a very highly sought-after coin ever since Malone discovered the first known piece. Now that a second specimen has been found, it gives searchers even more hope of finding one than ever before. In my January 3, 2017, NN story I stated, "Where there is one, there are usually more, so I expect additional reports to come, and though I expect the coin to continue to be rare. That prediction has come true, and I fully expect more will be found in time." According to now-retired NN editor Dave Harper, the January 3, 2017 online version of the story has generated more interest than any other story NN has published on their website. It can be found here. So you will have a lot of company out there searching for one, but there are billions of 1982 small date cents to search. The 1982 varieties involve the so-called large date and small date die modification, the two different types of planchets used that year, solid copper alloy and copper-plated zinc. Between the two planchet types and two styles of dies used, 8 different combinations were possible between the Philadelphia and Denver mints involved for business strike production. The mint switched over from striking copper alloy to copper-plated zinc planchets sometime in mid-1982 as a cost-saving measure. The copper alloy planchets were too expensive to strike and the mint was losing money. But it didn't end there. The mint had trouble striking the new planchets with dies bearing the old die design, used for a number of years with only the date changing, so they modified the dies to make them more suitable to strike the copper-plated zinc cents. This modification resulted in what collectors called the small date, and they naturally dubbed the old-style design large date. When all was said and done, it appeared there were 7 distinct varieties, though some of us continued to believe that the 8th possible variety surely had to exist even if rare. There were small and large date varieties struck on both types of planchets, with only the Denver minted small date copper cent seemingly never having been minted. The reason the mint changed from what collectors call a large date to the small date is because zinc does not strike up like copper or a predominantly copper alloy. The mint struck the copper hard and fast, but quickly learned in 1982 that the strike was not satisfactory on the coins minted on the copper-plated zinc planchets. They had to slow down the strike by lengthening the squeeze, which satisfactorily filled the dies. This meant production numbers were down, and the only way to rectify the problem was to modify the dies. The small date moniker is actually something of a misnomer, as not only is the date smaller and more delicate, but so is Liberty and In God We Trust, and almost assuredly other less noticeable design differences in the portrait. This change meant there was less date, motto and legend to fill during the strike, and they could crank up the numbers again by hitting the planchets faster and reducing the length of squeeze. There have been other theories thrown around for the design modifications, but none have been verified by the mint, while those noted here are the exact reasons the mint cited, and by sight alone that they can very often tell the difference just by color, while even examining just the reverse. I know I can a high percentage of the time. But for all practical purposes, it is best to weigh the 1982 small date cents to see if you have